How are you guys? Hope everything is well with you guys. Hope everyone is doing really fine. Hello, Blind Key Production. How are you? Going great? Good to hear that. Okay, guys, you guys can ask me question. Today is Friday. Today is keyboard live day. So, you guys, if you have any questions regarding music Pandit lessons, it can be piano lessons, it can be keyboard lessons, it can be Bollywood, Western. You can just ask me any question. Okay, I'll play something for you guys so that you guys can type in your questions. After I finish playing, then I can start answering your questions. Okay. Arghya Das Sarkar. Hello, how are you? Hi, Sarah. You send me hello, bye. How are you? How are you, Das Sarkar? How was your day? You had work today? Okay, guys, you guys can type in your questions and I will be playing something for you. I'll be just messing around with my keyboard. Okay, so right now I don't have any questions. Nobody is asking me any questions. So I will start today's topic. I have some of the questions where many of the students have mailed me on Music Pandit. So I'm going to address all of them. So the first question, most of the time, the first time when you come on Music Pandit, or it can be anywhere, wherever you are learning, the first question can be like how fast I can learn keyboard or any instrument. A small baby, just born baby, when can I run? So see this process of you start to learn, and for you to play like a professional, it takes time. I've heard a lot of students when they come first time and when they meet me, the first thing they ask me, when can I start playing songs? How fast? How soon can I start playing songs? Actually, it is not that easy, but you need to put in a lot of hard work. You need to practice a lot. You need to follow the teacher's instructions step by step. If you follow all of them, you can start playing songs within a month. And I have seen a lot of students like most of the students start playing like 2 3 songs within a month. So that is really great. I feel so happy when I see my students play songs and a lot of exercises and all those things. It's like really nice. And at the same time, I have another set of students who take a lot of time. Like I have a lot of students who are like 1 year old, learning like for 1 year duration, and still they are struggling with C major scale, D major scales. So it is all on you. When you start learning, you think that you can play songs and all of the things, but it all depends on you. How much you can practice, how much time you can spend with your instrument, and you have to learn. You have to learn a lot of things. And the best way to learn any instrument is to listen to a lot of music. You might come to an institute or you might come to Music Pandit to learn music, but you have no clue about other songs. Take, for example, you like Bollywood music. And if I ask you do you know Charlie Puth, or do you know Hans Zimmer, or do you know Richard Clayderman, you guys will have no clue. And in a similar way, there are another set of students who are like who listen to rock music, metal music. And if I ask them, do you know Pehla Nasha, or do you know any of the Bollywood songs? They have no clue. So the best way for you to start learning to play an instrument or learn music is, first thing is, you need to listen to a lot of songs. The more you listen to songs, the more you listen to different genres of songs, you will get that knowledge automatically. You will get to know, like, okay, the music is played like this, the feel of a song is like this. So you will come to know, okay, whenever you're playing, it can be Mary Had a Little Lamp, or it can be or any classical piece like Turkish March or something, or any Bollywood song. When you're learning that, you need to play that song with that same feel how the original audio is. Then I can say that, okay, you guys are playing some songs. If you're just learning for some 3 4 chords here and you're just messing around with that, then there is no point in that. So whenever you're planning to learn an instrument or song in your instrument, you have to see that you practice regularly, practice your scales daily. Okay. And if today, if you're practicing your scales at 70 bpm, tomorrow you need to try it at 80 bpm, 90, 100. Improve your speed. Spend more and more time with your keyboard. Then I think um, you will learn in a much better way, and you can be a better musician within a month. And if you're practicing chords, if you're listening to a lot of music, and if you're experimenting with your instrument, I'm pretty sure you guys can play songs within a month, or within 2 months you can play songs. But if you're not practicing daily, if you're not following all the instructions, whatever the teacher is saying, then I can't guarantee you, nor I can promise you that you will be a better musician. Okay. So if anybody is asking me how fast I can learn, or how fast I can play songs within a month, can I play 3 4 songs? Yes, of course you can play songs, but it all depends on you. You need to work hard. You need to spend a lot of time with the keyboard or piano, listen to a lot of music. I think if you do these 3 or 4 things, then I think you're set. Okay, so here I have first question. Can you show me different style or pattern of playing a Bollywood song in both keyboard style and piano style? Okay, so this is a very good question, because a lot of students, they have questions like, what is the difference between keyboard and piano? Actually, there is no difference. They both are same instruments. The keyboard layout, everything is same, but only the playing feel and the playing technique, the style of playing is different. And another, the main difference is the keys are harder. This is very light. As soon as you press, it goes down, and you can play really fast. But on a piano, the keys are very hard. You need to practice a little bit for you to get used to those keys, because one thing, the keys are made out of wood. Another thing, the length of the keys and everything matters. Okay, so let me give you a small demonstration. I'll play Sun Satya first in keyboard style, and second I will play in piano style, so you guys can make out the difference. So let me play that with the keyboard style. For that, I'm going to press the style button on Yamaha. As soon as you press the style button, you can select the rhythms, different rhythms, rhythms in sense the beat. What I mean. So for this song, let me select hip hop. I will select a hip hop beat. I will set the tempo at 75 BPM or 74. I'll keep it at 75. Okay, it sounds good to me. And I will select my ACMP button, that is auto accompaniment. So as soon as I press auto accompaniment, it starts detecting my chords. So if I switch it off, it sounds like this. As soon as I switch it on, it sounds like this. Okay, and I will give a count in. I will change my sound to piano, and I'm going to switch on the sustain. So this is sustain on, and this is sustain off. See, it doesn't sustain, and now it sustains. I'm going to speak about sustain pedal and sustain later. Okay, first let me demonstrate this. So first, keyboard style. So this is the intro part. This is how it is played on a keyboard style. So if I have to play on piano style, it will sound like this. So then the song goes on. So as you saw, the difference between piano and keyboard is all about technology. You have all these drum backing and all those things which will help you and make you sound great. I don't know how much this camera microphone had picked it, but here where I'm sitting and speaking to you guys, the keyboard sounded very nice because I had drum beat, I had bass backing, guitar, and a lot of things. But on a piano, as you saw, there was no help of a keyboard here. Keyboard technology, what I mean. I was playing everything manually. So what I was playing in the left hand, that is called as an arpeggio style. So if you want to learn all these styles, I have it in my keyboard course. Make sure you go and subscribe to Music Pandit. I have all these lessons on Music Pandit because it is really cool to play this intro part. It's really nice to play. If you start playing, you feel like keep on playing it. Yeah, so that is the main difference. It is just the playing style. So most of the students have this question as well. If I learn piano, can I play the keyboard? And if I learn keyboard, can I play the piano? Actually, you can play. If you learn keyboard, you can play piano. If you learn piano, you can play keyboard. Both the key structure, everything is same. It is just the playing style what you need to learn. Okay. Yeah. I hope I answered your question. Blind key, yeah? You liked it? Thank you. Okay, guys. So, any questions? I think I have 5 people online. You guys can like this video, um, ask me some questions. I'll be waiting for some of your questions here. No, nothing. Okay, so let me pick up the next question. That is, what's the difference between piano and keyboard style? I've already said, I've talked about it. Okay, so let me go to the next question. That is the difference between sustain pedal, and assignable switch. When you buy a keyboard, you have to buy a sustain pedal with a keyboard. Okay, so what difference does it make? So I'm going to play the same piece without sustain, and then I'm going to switch on the sustain and see what difference does it make. I hope this mic will do justice to what I'm um, trying to make you hear. So this is without the sustain. Okay, so the instrument is not sustaining. The sound is dead. When I switch on, it sustains. So see, there is no connection, there is no emotion because the sound breaks. As soon as you lift your finger off the key, the sound breaks. Now let me switch on the sustain and then see. It almost sounds like a piano. It sounds like as if all the keys have been sustained, all the sounds have been sustained, and it gives you that kind of feel. And another thing is, many people have this question about touch response as well. Touch response is some things, most of the time, you have to play some things louder, some things softer. So, touch response uh, gives you that freedom. So, whenever you're playing softer, it sounds very soft. And when you're playing louder, it sounds very loud. So now most of you might be thinking, instead of that, I can just put the volume up. I can just put the volume up and down, right? So actually, there is a lot of difference. When you're increasing and decreasing the volume, you are actually increasing and decreasing the sample volume. So it can be just one sound, which you will be decreasing as well as increasing. So there is no dynamics there. The sound doesn't change. But what happens is if your keyboard is equipped with touch response, when you play softly, what happens is on a piano, the hammer strikes the strings really soft. So you get that kind of vibe where the hammers are hitting the string properly, softly, and you get that smooth string noise, and the piano sounds more warm. So that kind of feeling you will get when you're playing really soft, which you will not get if you decrease the volume. And when you're playing louder, then the hammer is hitting the strings very loudly, very so that you will get that very sharp kind of sound. So that is the same thing what happens when I'm hitting the key very hard. It sounds very sharp. When I'm playing it softer, the keyboard sounds very warm. So it is not only the volume, even the tone character of the piano also changes. So that's why I always say whenever you're buying a keyboard, buy with touch response and all other things. So coming back to the sustain. So you heard me playing with the sustain and you heard me play without the sustain. So always when there is sustain, it sounds good. Okay. See, I'll just show it to you. Even if you're playing Pehla Nisha. So you get that kind of feel. If I switch off, then it doesn't sound that good. So that's why always use the sustain when you're playing that piano kind of style. Otherwise, if you're using different instruments, don't switch on the sustain. And another thing is assignable switch. So when you buy a sustain pedal and when you connect it to the keyboard, most of the students are confused like, where should I connect it? So behind your keyboard, you have this pin called assignable pin. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to connect the sustain pedal to that, and your sustain pedal will start working. But most of the keyboards, you have a pin dedicated which tells you that sustain will be written on it. So you can just press it, put the jack there, and you can just start playing. Okay. So I have another question, that is, I'm finding difficulty and confused in selecting a new keyboard. I see a lot of MIDI keyboard synthesizers online website. Could you please tell which one to buy for a beginner and professional? Okay, so are you asking me a beginner keyboard for a MIDI user, or are you asking me a beginner and a professional keyboard for a beginner to learn? So if you can tell me clearly, I can answer you that. Because MIDI keyboards are not for beginners. Um, MIDI keyboards are not meant for beginners. Hi, Joy. How are you? Hope you're doing great. Come on, guys. You guys can ask me questions. I have a very few questions today. Professional, yes. So for beginner MIDI keyboard, you can start with M Audio. You have this Axiom, M Audio Axiom series. You have if you want a little better keyboard, you can go for Oxygen series, M Audio, or you can even go for Novation, which is really good. And there are multiple. You have this native instruments, then you have IK multimedia. All these keyboards are really good, but if you want that weight action of a piano, then Akai MPK series is really good for MIDI keyboards. But it's not only the keyboard, you need to have a good plugin as well. If you're using it for piano or something like that, you have this different type of piano plugins. So you guys need to have that as well. But my suggestion will go for Akai if you're selecting a MIDI keyboard. And if you're using it for live, then you can go for Novation or M Audio or any other brand. But as a beginner, you can just start with the Samsung, which is really cheap keyboard. You will get somewhere around 7,000 to 8,000 rupees. You can start with that. Okay, I hope I answered that question. Okay, guys, you guys can ask me some questions. Otherwise, I'm going to wind up this session. You're welcome. Okay. So while I'm waiting for questions, I'm playing this piece from Yanni. It's called as Carol's Theme. Okay, I have another question. How can we get our fingers to move faster? Mine never move fast enough. Okay, so this question can be connected to my first question, that is how you need to practice and what all things you need to do. So for you to start moving your fingers faster, so one thing is you can watch my YouTube video, which I've done recently, where I'm teaching you to practice without using the keyboard. Another thing is always practice scales. So when you're practicing scales, you can start with slower speed, but every day you need to keep a target. Now, take for example, I will start with 70. I'm just a beginner, so I will start with 70. Now, this target has to be for a week. So, first day, I will start with this tempo: one, two, three, four, quarter counts. So this at this tempo, you need to practice this for a couple of times, and then next day, what you need to do is practice at 80. Two, three, four. keep on practicing that. Next day, instead of going for 90, you can start with 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, you have to go directly to 120. So on playing, you have to play like at least 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep on playing this. You shouldn't have any other goal in your mind other than playing this. Because if the speed is your main concern, then your fingers have to be strong. If your fingers are not strong, you can't play faster. So first thing, what you need to improve is the strength of your fingers. And for you to get that, the scales play a very important role. Now, when you're playing at 120, what you need to do is you need to play in quarter counts as well as you need to play in eighth counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter, eighth counts, quarter counts. After that, what you can do is after 120, you're very comfortable, then you can either go for 130, 140, but you should be able to play quarter and eighth counts at 150 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter, eight counts, so if you can play scales faster at 150 BPM in 8 counts or at 200 BPM quarter and 8 counts, I'm pretty sure you can play faster anything. Because if you can play songs faster if you can play scales faster in both the hands, then songs is very easy. You can just play it really fast. But every day you need to you need to set a goal like 150 BPM, 200 BPM, and then you need to change quarter, eighth quarter, you have to keep on playing. Then you will, I'm pretty sure I can assure you that you can improve your speed and you will improve your speed. I hope I answered that question. Yeah. Hi, Deepak. So, Deepak S. Yes, I am from Blue Timber. So, Deepak, do you have any questions for me? Or you can chat with me if you want. If you have any general question about Music Pandit or anything, you can just ask me. Your image is really small, so I can't really make out which Deepak you are. Kindly excuse me. Yes, guys. Do you guys have any questions? You guys can ask me. Uh, I think I'll wind up this session because I can't see any questions from you guys. Um, I hope you guys are doing great. I'll be seeing you next Friday, same time, but make sure you guys come online. You guys can ask me your doubts, you can ask me questions because there are a lot of things which I've covered in my course. Let it be keyboard, Western keyboard, Bollywood, piano course. I have a lot of things covered there. So if you have any doubts, like how to go about the course, how to play songs there, and follow the things in my course, you can just ask me all those questions. Or if you are not following anything from my course, you can ask me all those things. Okay? Yeah. So I see you guys next week. Until then, bye. See you.